How do you do?
I'm doing great.
Okay, great. Thanks for your time today. Okay, my name is Francis. Okay, I'm actually your interviewer today, and it's great to see you that you're coming for the interview today. All right. Can I basically let you to introduce yourself, okay, into who you are and what you do? Okay. Tell me a little bit about your job experiences. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your educations. Tell me a little bit about your skill, and tell me about the challenges that you have in your previous work, and also your work experiences, challenges that you can actually improve, okay, in your next company, maybe.
Mm, okay. Thank you for this opportunity. So I'll start with this. So I am actually now 27 years old. I have just recently completed my master's degree in computer science. So my working experience is 5 years in developing software using Java, Laravel, mostly on as long as it goes, any programming language. So far, the most prominent is my Laravel. Laravel is PHP, and then after I completed my degree, I started doing my developing applied machine learning. So this is working with my supervisor. So I've been working with her while doing my master's for 3 years as a graduate research assistant. So my projects with her involving with the industry. So the latest one is Fomema Sendirian Berhad. This is a radiology health screening for foreign workers. So they need this their approval to go to get a working permit in Malaysia. So what I did here is that I applied machine learning, machine vision actually. So we need to provide them an end-to-end solution where they can take the images of the X-ray images, actually the chest X-ray images, and then automatically detect the anomalies in there. It's like replacing, but more to assisting for now, the radiologists to detect anomalies if they have any sickness, diseases, abnormalities. So those are using technologies such as TensorFlow, Keras, Pillow, and RESTful APIs. So and Docker too. So because it's like since the company doesn't have any AI team in their disposal at their disposal, so we need to provide them from scratch everything, the design to the development and to the deployment. So and then alongside that, I've also been doing a lot of Laravel work. This is system development, web systems. So you with High Tech Padu Berhad. So I have close ties with the some with a friend in there that is in as a PMO. That is like a higher management thing. So they wanted to like uh, make a dashboard for the CEO and the COO to monitor live updates of all the projects in High Tech Padu, because they have like hundreds of projects in the bigger projects in from the government. So they want to compile everything and then having it into a nice dashboard for the CEO to preview. So those by doing that, it's more of like using a software development lifecycle as the normal agile, using GitHub, PHP 7, Laravel, Bootstrap, and Flutter. So the challenges in working with these, I would say the challenges, especially working as a research assistant, is the demands for this from MEMA is very high towards this, because it's like my lectures are not really industrial ready experts. So all they know is more towards to their expertise are more to theory and writing papers. So I'm like the bridge for them to turn theory into practical. So I have zero. I don't have any seniors to guide me, but I am able to complete the assignment to get the product working. Yeah, so it's like a full complete pipeline system, designing it, everything. So from the idea only from the mouth. So they will tell me their concepts, and then I will find out how to implement it in technology, and then how to deploy it and how to create it in the best practices, involving the problems of making sure it's secure and it's also efficient. Because when dealing with the industry, they really they really want that. But so I would say, even though I'm a research assistant only, so I would say I have some experience working with very high demanding uh, industries.
Anything else you still want to tell me?
Mm, I think that's will be all. Would you like to ask any questions?
Okay, I would like to ask in regards to your technology usage. Okay, you have been saying that machine learning, TensorFlow, Keras, Pythons, and also you are a full stack developer. All right.
Yes.
So how do you rank your skill into so many skill set that you have? Are you good in Android, iOS? If you are being deployed into practicing artificial intelligence in mobile scenario like in iOS or in Android, Flutters, do you think that you're able to cope up with that? Okay, first of all. Second of all, that we would like to also need to know that how adaptable you are in your skill set, okay, towards the development tools that you have been using or development language that you have been using. Are you great or are you good in terms of doing the programmings of what the technologies you have been mentioning, or you are just good in terms of your theoretical understanding, like your lecture?
Uh, so I'm very adaptive, and I would say I'm very good in applying it because it's all these projects are delivered to the as they require, because these things have agreements and the value for memma is 100,000. So we cannot we can't avoid not being professional doing it, because they expect nonetheless. So it's, I would say I'm very adaptive to anything. So as because technology changes every 5 years, things become obsolete. So that's why if you notice, I've been jumping through a lot of technologies different. So I'm very adaptive in that sense, and I believe that later on in any job I will still have to adapt myself every at least 5 years to new technologies, and I can't just focus on the old one. So I would say on the old one I can't say I'm really an expert in it, but uh, it's very passable to deliver industrial product.
Okay, so means that if you are being placed into, let's say, for example, in iOS programming, you're okay. You're to practice the artificial intelligence into certain tasks using the iOS programming, you're okay, or to do it in Android programming, practicing in artificial intelligence tasks, you're okay as well. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So as long as it goes, I will probably just jump into it, because maybe I should tell you this, because before this I also have been doing uh, IoT projects, electronics. So even those I'm using C++ on programming microcontrollers. So it's like I will just jump into everything as long as it can produce the product that is intended.
Okay. How do you rate yourself in programmings from 1 to 10?
So in programming, I would say it's in the seventh.
So if you have been given opportunities in order to excel, okay, into other field like blockchain or other
Yeah.
things, okay,
I
and
would
company
be.
willing to train you, do you think that you are willing in order to do into that?
Yes, actually, the point where for me to go into like companies to, because I plan to study the new technologies in a different way, because right now I'm just studying to my open source requirements, like so it's like as long as it goes, it goes. So it's not really the best practices. So I would like to, I would be happy to go to training for new technologies.
That's good. That's great. Okay. Can I ask you one more questions? Okay. In terms of your characteristic, do you think yourself, you say you're flexible, do you think yourself how hardworking you are? If you have been given tasks in order to work, in order to complete, do you think you're a hardworking man?
I wouldn't say I'm very hardworking, but I'm more of a smart, smart guy. So we'll find the best ways. But it's like if I don't believe it's like if you focus too long, you get this tunnel vision thing, and then you'll end up not going anywhere. So it's like always take the proper breaks. But I would say mostly because I'm also uh, I maybe I think I'm gifted because people say that I'm not really that hardworking, but I'm getting everything done. But I guess I'm somewhat hardworking.
All right, okay. As long as you get the things done, it has already been proved that you're hardworking. So it means that you can deliver projects, you can deliver
Yes.
product. Okay. Last questions I need to ask you. I see that your work experience, correct? It's quite confusing to me that your work experience and also your project experience. You have been into this company called Sharp Electronics for 4 years, correct?
Yeah, that's actually my dad's company. So I'm using it to like make the quotations for these bigger companies so that they will because I can't really pay directly to myself. It's like you need a valid company to deal with them. So I'm more like a freelance, but I'm having that job.
Okay, so which company you have worked before? Can I ask you?
So in which company I would say I haven't been working in any real company. So far, just
Oh,
collaborating. So far, the closest is would be with High Tech Badu.
okay, so now I understand. Okay, because that your projects you are saying Hyder Padu for Myanmar, Central Tax, Geosense, but you are working with this Sharp Electronics. Yeah.
So
Okay, now
it's like I am Shap and I am providing with to these companies. Yes.
okay. Then since that you have been doing so good as a freelancer to this Hyder Padu and so on, why you want to look for a job then?
Oh, because I want to focus on artificial intelligence. You see, if I could get my company to have an artificial project, it would be the AI jobs would be bigger, and but I'm going to need some actual professional experience before I can actually like even go there. So I'd rather work with experts and get more experience because these projects are more of the software development projects. So these software development projects aren't very sophisticated and they don't require too much certifications or anything. So it's I mean like it's a new environment. I would like to go into that environment.
Okay, understand. Do you have any share in this Sharp Electronics?
Hmm?
Do you have any
Oh, share.
shareholding?
No, this is of course there's a share because it's technically my family business, but yeah, I would say I have share, but it's very
Okay.
small. You can't really can't say
Yeah.
it's much.
Yeah. Why I need to ask you this question is because that one of our company's policy is there shouldn't be any conflicts of interest, all right?
Oh,
Situations, okay?
uh,
But that's HR we're going to come to you if you are being selected for this particular job. All right. So I'm not sure how am I going to ask you about your current salary because that it seems to be that what is your current salary? Maybe you can tell me. Because normally I will ask what is the current salary, but since that you
mm.
are working on your own, what is your current salary?
Yeah, I can't really give it because it's like project based. So, but I could say it's in the range of 3,500 average.
Okay, 3,500 on average. Yeah, being you see from the command of the English, I knows that you have been educated overseas, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Any particulars that you have been studying in UK for quite some time, or is that
Oh, I've been I wouldn't say studying. My childhood was there. Only my primary school actually, but that's long enough. 4 years there in my primary school, so that's good enough to. This is the product.
okay? I understand. Okay, what is availability? Can I ask you?
I can start immediately actually, because so far I'm cutting off all the research projects because I'm running the company anyway. So it's a very small company, so I wouldn't say it's isn't official. It's just on paper, for business, small businesses. So I can
Okay,
start immediately.
okay. One of the question raised, okay, because by your application and in my question asking you, you should knows that we knows that you're part-time and your own companies and so on, yeah. Okay, and we understand that, and we still keep on wanting to go for the interview with you is we want to know that how good you are in terms of your application. It is totally fine. And how do you basically avoid conflict of interest? Like, for example, if you're working in our company, in the case that there's a freelancer hired by to come again and ask you, oh, I'd like to have some project with you and this and
Oh,
that. How are you
I
going to
was.
manage it?
No, I would say I would say there's no more problems because I'm moving away because my company is more to software development and I'm moving away to doing this AI work anyway. So no more conflicts. So I'm passing everything to my brother. My brother is going to take care of everything. So
Okay.
it's like I'm detached fully after that.
Okay, we need because I'm not going to hire you. Is the manager is going to hire you? Okay, and this is where that I need to give recommendation assurance to the managers accordingly, because they ultimately they're going to ask you these questions, and I'll be asked in terms of if that is conflict interest, how is it going to be? And in our company policy, that should there is any conflict of interest that is suspected, there will be a termination. So it's going to waste of time.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to preempt you first
Mm.
before that is happened. All right. So you knows that if you are being selected to come to the job, you will knows that it is actually is on the job. Okay. Is you cannot be telling me that telling your manager you need to take leave because someone, and then you need to do other projects,
Uh,
and the delivery
I
cannot be
understand.
completed and so on. Okay. So, and we knows it, and you definitely understand it, and you will be terminated accordingly if like that. So I need to pre-warn you if that
Mm.
is the case. All right.
Yes, thank you for the explanation. I fully understand the situation, and
That's good.
I would say you don't need to worry about anything due to it's like as I said before, the average before was only 3.5, so it's like very very subtle anyway, because I was doing my research assistant work alongside that too, so it's not much.
Okay. Can I basically ask you what type of research work that you have done in your master degree?
My master's degree focuses on sound event detections. So I got a research grant for 80,000 to develop a system, like a prototype that has embedded in it the system will record the surrounding area and then detect what sound is happening currently. Let's say there's someone cutting grass or a vehicle is nearby. It can detect this. It can detect that it is present. So this is actually for wildlife conservation, and since the grant is like to produce the prototype, but my master's is to produce the theoretical how to use that. So it's like alongside doing it. So I'm using sound detection using the melodic energies. So that's like a feature extraction from sound, and then using deep learning, using the features, and then using deep learning to predict the incoming sounds.
So has it been applied
Ah,
practically in terms of the algorithms?
yes.
Has it
Ah,
been
yes.
developed?
It has been applied practically. I have completed the project a year, the first year actually. So the rest is just my writing. And so it's applied. It's embedded inside a Raspberry Pi. It's like a microcomputer, a single card chip. So it's embedded in there. So it has like a routine that it will start and then start recording, and then using Python to embed it inside with to load the deep learning models and then predict on the sound incoming sounds and then return the events that they found out.
Okay, I understand that. All right. Last question. What is your expectations for the salary?
My expectation would be around 4,500, maybe 4,000. Depends on the circumstances of commuting, or depends on everything. But I would say from 4,000 minimum.
4,000 minimum.
Mm.
Okay. Can I ask you where are you residing right now?
I'm in Chalam. I'm at section 8. I have my
Is,
own car. Mm.
is it your own house or what?
I'm renting here. I've been living
Yeah.
here like 3 years doing my master's actually.
Okay. Where's your school? Oh, yeah.
Chalam. Yeah, you're in Chalam.
Okay, great. All right. I got all the information accordingly, and thanks for the information is given. Okay. We will recommend accordingly to the managers of hiring. Um, we hope that the managers will peruse your applications and will make a selection accordingly and shortlist you. If you are being shortlisted, hopefully within this week, the HR will contact you. But one of the things that need to emphasize again is the conflicts of interest. We hope that you understand that, all right, because that is a very serious offense in the policy that we have. That we caught some of the colleagues in order to do that, so that is a big problem. So that we would like to emphasize this again in this interview,
Mm.
and you will definitely take it into the mind if you are being selected by the manager, and then we hope that this does not occur.
Mm. Thank you. I understand it clearly. Thank you for your time. I hope we can
Okay.
meet again.
Okay. Any more questions that you'd like to ask before we adjourn this call?
Mm. So I would like to ask you personally, is like what was, I mean, like, did you actually got for me, is like, is this, am I actually a good fit for this job, or is it like maybe I should go somewhere else? I don't know. Is it like I mean, like frankly, is it, am I like a bit a fit for the job, or is it maybe not so?
Can I ask you how many interviews you have gone through before you ask me these
uh,
questions? Then I'll
yeah,
tell you.
so far it's like 5 interviews. Not much.
None,
Hmm?
none of it success.
None of it success.
None of it success. What do you think about why is it not successful?
Yeah, that's why I'm not really sure, but I'm just assuming that it
What
might
is your
be
feel?
a
What is your
big
feel?
market. Hmm?
What's your feel? Why do you think that you're not being hired? The last or four interviews, 5 interviews.
I believe it's maybe competition. A lot of competition in the area so far, because this is uh, and maybe I'm asking for a position that is a bit higher than my qualifications, probably.
You are the master, right? Correct.
Mm.
You got a distinction in your master or just pass?
Hmm?
You got a distinction in your master or just barely pass?
Well, well, it was.
No,
Sorry.
no, no. What I'm saying, you got a distinction in your master or you are just barely pass?
Oh, so I would say the distinction is I've completed with my research is like applied research. So maybe that is the distinction, because it's not by normal the normal coursework thing.
What is your overall merit about this?
My overall what
Merit for this. Merit.
merit?
Yeah, the overall merit for this master research.
Mm-hmm.
In that, is that an overall distinction or overall
Nah, actually,
what?
there's just masters is just a pass and fail actually.
So
Uh,
you pass or you fail?
yes, of course pass.
Okay. So you don't have confidence in yourself to get a job right now? You think so?
Nah, I don't know. I'm just time luck so far. uh,
Okay.
uh,
I can just tell you one thing is that you see, very importantly is you have a good aptitude, you have a good attitude. You do have